Hello, hello. Don't mind me. I'm just fiddling with this beautiful little brooch that I just received. So, how are you all? Hello, welcome. Hello, hello. Nice to have you here. It is an as the crow flies kind of day. And it's also my birthday. And I wanted to say thank you to so many of you who have reached out either on, you know, the old FB or on somehow you've reached out to me this today and said, happy solar return, Gussie. I've really appreciated all of you that have said so. It's meant a lot to me. If I don't respond, it isn't that I don't love you. It is that I just probably didn't see it yet. It really is. I love birthdays, but my goodness, it's hard to keep up with the messaging, isn't it? Hmm. I've got some of Grimmer's coffee today, not tea. Gotta be fully transparent. This is not tea. This is coffee with a little bit of vanilla creamer. Um, so yeah, it's my birthday today, and it's funny, I got scolded a number of times because you didn't tell me it was your birthday. But it's not something that I genuinely like announce to folks. Um, if you know, you know, it's one of those things. But for those of you that are keeping track, I am five tens and eight ones. Former elementary school teacher here. Five tens and eight ones. That's how old. That's how old I am. And you know what? I love this. I love this number. I mean, yes, it's my new number starting today, my 58th year of existence. But I don't know. There's something kind of sassy about 58. I'm just saying, I'm feeling a little sassy about it. And so, hey, you know, happy birthday to me. Also, I see a whole bunch of you saying hello and happy birthday over here. Let me just say hello back to you. Hello, Michelle, and thank you for the birthday, and thank you, Deb, for the birthday, and Miss Susie Q and Lynn. Hello, you made another live! Yay! Hello, hello. Brandon says happy birthday, sis. Love you lots. Love you too. Deb says I love that age. Yeah, I think it's just 58 seems to be a really good year to be in because, well, it's my first day here, I'll be honest with you. But also, it's like not quite, yeah, I still got some sass, and I love it. I have not resisted becoming a crone um, all along, although I am one of those people that has one foot fully in the mother stage and one foot fully in the crone stage. I'm kind of in the middle on that one. Pulled in one direction, but still, Grim and we have a child together who just turned 15, by the way, on Saturday. So yes, they were my birthday present 15 years ago. I gave birth to a lovely child, and they've been such a gift to us. I don't want to get like choked up, but it was wonderful to celebrate their 15th year on Saturday. And so yes, thank you, Georgia. I love you. Thank you for saying happy birthday. Brandon loves being 50. I've become more rebellious. Fuck this. I can't say those words, but yes, you're right. Um, I have enjoyed my 50s as well. There's a lot of liberation that you start to feel. I think once, I don't know, whenever someone comes to me for a reading, and bless their hearts, if they're in their like later 20s, 30s, even into the early 40s, and if they're a mother of young children, I just say, you know what, honey, just don't put too much pressure on yourself, spiritually speaking. When you're raising little ones, you've got to just put all your effort and energy into that. So it'll come back round. It'll come back round. And I think a lot of us that have reached the age of 50, and of course it's not just like there's a hard edge on 50. It happens for people at different stages and ages of their lives. But there comes a time where some of the old paradigms that you thought were normal as a younger person, you learn to shift them and not put up with so much BS, and to take yourself a lot less seriously, and also put yourself in a little different category, and maybe start taking care of yourself a little better. You okay there, babe? Sounds like it. He's been a little under the weather. But old Ironsides here, y'all, knock on wood, old Ironsides here has not been sick yet. Even though everyone else,
use the word yet.
This one has not obtained this illness. Knock on wood. Anywho, what was I talking about?
Stepping off your path to raise your kids. You know?
Yeah, I always tell people, if you're young with little kids and stuff, don't beat yourself up if you're not getting it. If you feel like you're not on the path. As a matter of fact, one of the people in my life that I originally considered a spiritual teacher of mine early on had children. She did. She had children. But she was, I don't know, 40s when I met her. Late 40s, probably. Yeah, probably late 40s. And I remember when I started having children and my life shifted. She told me that I was no longer on the wagon, the spiritual wagon, that I had fallen off of it, and she refused to work with me anymore. She flat out shut the gate on me participating with any of her events or anything like that. And I just thought, I will never do that to a young mother. I will never shut the gate complete. Like, I can't shut the gate on someone because they're too busy with their children. We all, if you're a mom, if you're not a mom, if you have, nieces and nephews that you take, great love and pride in, or you have an animal in your care that feels very much like a child to you, you know what I'm talking about. We make sacrifices, and at times there are certain things that are more important than others. And a lot of younger folks, women in particular, will kind of beat themselves up for not having it all figured out and together right now. And I'm here to tell you, at 58, as of today, 5 10s and 8 1s, I'm still, I still don't have it all figured out. And I am allowed and given the ability to live as spiritual a life as I choose. I am one of the lucky few that doesn't have to worry so much about what family will think, because that family has either already moved on or they accept who I am. I have been able to embrace myself, the witchy version of me, which, was always in the background kind of singing the song. I heard her voice, and then after my folks died, I had nothing else holding me back. You know, you might have heard me say that had my parents still been alive, like many of you, I might have taken a different path. I'm sure my mother would still have insisted that I attend church with her. As a matter of fact, I can guarantee it. And so I'm not sure who I would be, who I would be if they had lived. And so on this 58th day, 58th year, I should say, I'm thinking about both of my parents. And my mother always used to make me lasagna for my birthday. For some reason, that was just the thing I always requested. If you ask me now what my favorite food is, I wouldn't necessarily tell you lasagna. But for some reason, that was my go-to birthday request for years and years and years. And so I'm reflecting on some of that stuff today. Ironic little story that happened. My ex-husband, who I don't really keep in touch with him a whole lot. Our kids are in their 20s. Our son is actually 30 this year, so they keep in touch with him, and I don't need to like we once needed to. And but he sent me an email or text message, and he said, "I'm not sure what this is all about, but I was looking through my email and I found this." And so, long story short, he found a guy's name who'd reached out to him in an email looking for moi and wondering if he could help put me in touch with this fellow. He was a financial advisor from Prudential Insurance. And so, making the story a little bit longer, I apologize, but I'm like, what the hell? I have no concept of what you're talking about. I don't know what you are. I don't have a policy, zero, zip, nada. I don't know what you're talking about. This guy is looking it up, and he tells me what my account number is. He knew the last 4 digits. And I'm thinking this is some scam guy, right? No, it really wasn't. It was a policy that my father had taken out on me when I was 17 years old. And he took it out in April of 1984. I was 17. And I graduated in May of 1984. And he paid on it until, he died in 86, and then I guess the estate paid on it through 1987. So it isn't worth a whole hell of a lot because it's just been sitting dormant. But the mere fact that this little policy followed me, I have lived quite a few places, in my lifetime. And the fact that this fellow found me and he's like, oh, yes, this is a very old policy. This is very, very old. And he had to actually look in another part of his computer to even decipher what it was that we were talking about. But it was like this little gift from my dad, he's been gone since 1986. And yet through all this time and space comes this little gift, little monetary gift. I'm going to reinvest it actually, but because it really didn't amount to much, but it's enough that
It's enough that it made you think about your dad.
It did make me think about my dad. It made you think about your dad.
Yeah.
And it was a lovely reminder, As is, by the way, I just touched this beautiful poncho that I was gifted from one of our Purple Door Root and Read members. And Chris Cat, thank you so much for it because I love it. And most of the time you all see me wearing black or gray. Today there is a bit of gray, but there's also blue and red. So I wore the special gray hat today, so I looked like birthday blending. But I love having colors. And then I also wanted to show you this beautiful brooch that I was gifted from Great. It's hand-painted little porcelain brooch holding my it says poncho, but I don't know really what it's called, but it's holding it closed. And that was a gift today. And so it's been a wonderful day. And I'm glad you're all here, and I'm glad you're sticking with me while I talk through all of this stuff that I'm sharing with you today. So I want to say hello to a few more people. Thank you, Jerry. Deb says, I'll always have sass. Lavetta says, happy birthday. Thank you. Jerry says, grandbabies. Not sure. We must have been talking about something. Yes, I know what we're talking about. Yes, yes. That's the time they really need guidance. Absolutely. Your dad just wanted to say hi. Yeah, it was really a remarkable little, it was a remarkable little reminder of his life, something that he did all those years ago that still affected me now. He's been gone since, somebody do the math there, 86 is when he died, so 38 years, am I right? Something like that. It was just remarkable. It has been. I need to say hello to some folks, so let me continue doing that. I just have to scroll. I'm always worried I'm going to close this thing by accident. So rolling back, rolling. Hello to folks out there, Miss Christine, Dharma. Let's see who else. Dharma, hello, and thank you for the happy birthday. Christina, hello, thank you for being here. Lady Min, hello, Lady Min, I know who you are. Mishmash, what you got? Good to see you here. I love that one, Mishmash. As the crow flies, absolutely, hashtag. The old church is here? Well, what do you know? Yes, I just saw something there. Dharma said for a personal reading, contact us, Facebook, Gussie and Graham, or the Purple Door. Yep. And it isn't just me that does readings, but primarily. But if you would like a reading, a personal reading, please reach out. Let's see. Amy 4. I bet you I know who that is. Hello. I think Aphod's here. And I'm just not as familiar with this format, so I'm a little slower. But thank you for joining us here from the Purple Door Key, Old Church, Gussie and Grimm. That's all inclusive. That's what we do. And we're glad to have you here. It is my birthday, and that's what I've been yapping on about for the last 20 or so minutes. And I also wanted to tell you, for those of you that follow me, you'll know that once in a while when I am getting ready, I have a little ritual that I go through. As a matter of fact, Grimm knows not to bother me when I go into the bathroom to brush my teeth before one of these live streams or a reading or any event I have. I got to have my space.
Your bubble.
And I do. I talk to my ancestors. I talk to myself, my higher self. I make this connection. And once in a while, I'll get a song through my mind that I just can't shake. It sounds like one of those, what do you guys call it?
Brainworm.
Worms, brain worms. Yes, one of those. And I can't shake the song, and it'll stick there for a while until sometimes I'll find the person because I'll give a reading and that song will come up, believe it or not. Some of you have connected with me because I've mentioned a song that I heard in one of these moments, and you said, I think that's my mom. And, so be it, right? However it takes them to get through. That's why we're here. That's why we gather to speak about these things that we were always told were not possible. Yes, earworm, not brainworm. Brainworm is what's his name had. Earworm is what happens when you hear a song over and over in your head. But the one that I heard today, so I'm just going to say it out there. So if anybody is connected to the song, and I feel like maybe more than one of you might be, but I am, doing my thing, brush, floss, getting myself prepared in that space, talking to grandma, talking to, the aunties, doing my thing, and then all of a sudden I hear, and I don't even know the words very well, but in the pines where the sun never shines. Does that mean anything to any of you? Because that song came in my head just as loud and as clear. And I thought, well, this must belong to someone. This must, because I don't believe I've ever heard any of my folks sing that song. I believe it's very Appalachian in nature, if I'm not mistaken. So I guess that also doesn't surprise me considering all of the upheaval in that part of the world right now. But if one of you has some kind of a connection to that song and it like triggered something with you,
What song?
reach out to me. It's all I don't even really know if it's called In the Pines, but that's what I hear. In the pines where the sun never shines. Ba-da-dum, bum, 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 bum. I don't know the words.
Neither do I.
Okay,
Never,
so
doesn't even ring a bell.
if it does for somebody, please let me know. Sometimes I'll get messages like this for like a few days in advance, and then I'll have a reading, and I'll go, oh my God, I know why I heard that song now. Maybe this is one of those cases, but if it's you, don't hesitate to reach out. Hello, LJ, and hello, Maria. Good to have you here. And Deb says, yes, it is Tennessee Appalachian. So you know that song, Deb Kirkland? Is this your song? So today, I'm going to draw a card for our group. I'm going to use my Samhain Seasons of the Witch Samhain Oracle deck. It's a really lovely deck. I don't use it all that frequently, but those of you that follow me know once in a while I get this little sucker out because A, I love the artwork. B, it does have a very seasonal feel. A lot of the cards, since it's an oracle deck, it could be whatever the creator of the oracle deck wanted it to be. But the theme is very much about healing yourself as a witch, looking at some shadows. They're darker cards. I mean, the images are darker, but I love it because it's Samhain season, and you know we are facing that dark time of the year where we do go inward and spend more time looking at who we are, getting ready to once again bloom and blossom in the springtime. Some of us bloom and blossom in the winter, don't we? And also remembering that folks do follow us from the other hemisphere down there. So for them, it is springtime now, right? Going into summer.
Mm-hmm.
So they just celebrated, or will be, celebrating Beltane. What a wonderful, glorious world we live in. It really is wonderful. The duality of it all is a little unnerving sometimes. As I was getting ready for this reading today, this 420, another thought that went through my mind that I knew it was like one of those voices that I heard from somewhere. It was like, you got to take the good with the bad. And I said, no, I don't want to make that the topic for today. I'm always talking about the bad stuff. I want to talk about the good stuff for a change. It's my birthday. But I heard, you got to take the good with the bad. And I thought, you know, for right now, that is pretty true. There's usually an up and a downside to most things. And those of us that experience a lot of positivity, we might consider ourselves lucky. And that was, by the way, thank you, Susan, for reminding me that on Friday, 420-ish Tea and Tarot, I said that I would discuss luck on Monday. And here we are on Monday, and I'm ready to discuss luck with you because really, being lucky isn't about having some magic token in your pocket, although that can help. And it isn't necessarily about being born under the right moon or this, you know, this sign or whatnot, although it can help. I just heard a lot of voices after that one. That really cracked me up. Okay. And now I've forgotten what I was talking about because I completely heard. Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because I heard people saying, I'm never lucky, I never win at anything. And I heard other people saying, yeah, I've had a pretty, good run of luck off and on, but it doesn't last long. And somebody else was talking about you can't really trust people. If something seems good, too good to be true, it probably is. We all know those things, right? But the thing about being lucky isn't so much about a talisman, a token, a symbol that you carry on you to try to turn your fortune, right, toward the positive. Although, as I said, those things can and do help. But what it's really about is getting in the flow of luck. Getting in the flow. When you are in the flow of going in the right direction, and I learned this, by the way, I mean, it's an old concept, but the person that really helped me understand it more deeply and consciously was my friend Cinnamon. Because from the Native American standpoint, luck isn't something that you're born with or that you acquire through a symbol or some kind of a magic spell. Luck is you being in the flow, in the positive flow, making the best possible choices for yourself. And when you do that, you know what this feels like. Things just kind of fall into place. And oh my goodness, when things fall into place, we almost don't know what to do because we're so used to kind of having to climb everything. But being lucky is really about that. It's about finding yourself in the flow of positivity, not trying to resist it because you don't deserve it. That's some shadow work you got to do. And talking to myself there, and and also getting past the point that money has so much power and control over our daily decisions. It really does. It does. And I don't like to give anything that much control in my life. And so I've been trying to kind of reestablish how I feel about money, and certainly thinking about luck. And because sometimes it feels like I'm very unlucky, and I will get folks that will text me frequently thinking that they are hexed or cursed. And oftentimes it isn't anything more than we've gotten in our own way. For some reason or another, something is keeping you from moving forward in whatever direction that you really feel pulled. But yet there's something keeping you from taking that next step, whether it be fear of failure or lack of confidence in your own skills or whatever it might be that keeps you from moving yourself forward. There's definitely something. And I know, don't be upset with me for claiming that you might be standing in your own way. I do it too. These are deep shadows that we don't usually even know about. They're not conscious to the level that we're able to, even discuss them most of the time. They're very reptilian brain level responses. Heck, luck is a state of being and a state of mind. It's knowing that you're making the best possible decisions. That's why I don't know this for sure. I've never actually spoken with anybody about it, but to me it makes sense then why the Native Americans they host a lot of casinos around the country here in the United States. And people lose and make a whole lot of money in those places. And some people might consider that sort of dirty money because of how it's achieved. But really, to the Native Americans, we're each on our own path. We're on our own spiritual journey. So how you choose to spend your money is not on them, right? Your luck is your luck. You getting in the positive flow is what counts for you, not for any of them. And if you find that positive flow by going to the casino, then, there you go. Sad when people get sorely addicted to it, and I do know that is also a thing, but that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about luck and being in the stream and flow of luck. And how the hell do we get there if we're not feeling lucky? A lot of that has to do with changing your attitude toward the situation that you're in, not letting yourself get so down in the dumps that you can't move forward. And I know that's a big ask because I let myself get there. And sometimes I get there and I stay there for a really long time. So I get it. Don't think I'm pointing a finger and judging you at all. But how do we do it? What I do when I find myself there is I literally start counting my positives. The things that have been lucky for me. Reminding myself that it's all ebb and flow. And
Retuning your vibration, expectation.
retuning your vibration and expectations. So when you do, some people might say, oh, if I start thinking about the happy stuff, I'm just masking the emotion, the sad feeling that I'm having. Not if you need to function. If you need to function and not be stuck in this sad sack feeling, because I know how that can be. You don't want to do anything, go anywhere, see anybody. But if you need to make sure that you can still function in the world, allow yourself to count the positivity in your life. And accept that it's also okay to feel positive when you're feeling negative. It doesn't mean you're trading one for the other. It doesn't mean you're superseding the sadness and pushing it away so you don't have to deal with it, because you're not going to do that anymore. You're simply not. You're just not making that choice anymore for yourself.
It's acknowledging that you're not where you want to be, but accepting that it's not where you're going to stay.
That's a great way to put it. Acknowledging that it's not where you want to be, but it's where you are for now, and you need to take a next best step. So luck, a lot of it doesn't have to do with whew. Wait a minute, I just felt somebody enter our space here. I already had our space ready for y'all when you started coming in here today. So the liminal space that we gather here in the Purple Door at the old church is already set and welcome for y'all, but I just felt someone blow in, like kind of whoosh in, and I can't quite tell if it's one of you or if it is an ancestor or someone else dropping in for a visit. Deb says it's one of those songs years and years ago. That's an old song. Another happy birthday. Thank you so much. Yeah, Maria, hello. Glad to see that you're here too. It's weird. Did somebody enter the room that I...
Not that I noticed.
Okay, so we're just going to figure out what it is. The card that popped out as I was shuffling for everyone is... is the frog card in the reverse position. Never have read the frog card before. There it is. That's what it looks like. Upright. There's the frog. Well, down here, there's always a little poem down at the bottom. May the lily beneath your breasts allow you to drink from its healing waters. We haven't thought of Lily for a while, and those of you that follow us, we work with Pink Lotus a lot. And I was thinking recently how that's kind of taken a back seat for a while. That symbology hasn't been popping up as frequently as it was. And then I thought, what's next? Water lily? And so now this says water lily. Be still, for there is serenity behind the drowning croaks. Okay, this is an interesting card. I've never read this one before. Let's see what it says. By the author herself. So, Grimmer, you are right. Butterflies are often what comes to mind when we think of transformation. But let's not forget, frogs are also a symbol of transformation. Going from a tadpole that lives in the water to a frog that adapts to land and water. For some species, this process takes a couple of weeks. For others, it can take months and even a year to transform from one thing to another. When frog comes a-croaking, know that you are transforming, or the process will begin soon. This is a positive transformation, not the sort of dramatic transformation one might expect with the Banshee card. This transformation is easygoing, lucky, with the flow, right? So much so that you may not even know it's happening. It's a subtle shift that occurs in the background until one day you realize things are different. There is nothing you need to do to move this change along. Like the frog, your higher self will take over and guide you through instinct. Just talking about this with someone today. You need only pay attention to the urges you feel and follow those urges when they strike. This message is amplified if you've also pulled the wolf card, which we didn't. Be patient and note that this transformation has come to your awareness. Are you listening, Miss Dharma? Be patient and note that this transformation has come to your awareness. This is not something that can be rushed or forced, so don't scold yourself if you're not getting it right away. This is not something that can be rushed or forced. Like the frog, this transformation may take days, weeks, maybe even a year or two to transform completely. All unfolds in accordance with your divine destiny. In the reverse position, this card, the frog, advises you to find serenity and peace. Your energy might be scattered, overwhelmed, or feeling drained. You must settle yourself down to allow this transformation to occur, as it will make its way to you soon enough. You do not need to force this change. You merely need to find the peace and await it. I love that. So there's no helter-skelter reason for you to, punish yourself for not achieving this goal yet, or not getting something accomplished that you wanted to accomplish, or something you wanted to learn. All in good time. Allow yourself the time to transform. Sometimes changes take a minute, don't they? They don't always come just overnight like we would want them to. It's not like driving through a fast food chain somewhere and getting whatever you need served right to you then and there.
Just thinking that the transition from tadpole to frog, that's a rebirth.
Yeah.
But it's a slow
metamorphosis.
process. Yeah, it really is, but you can't rush that. You get things out of order.
I mean, even in, human embryo development, there's an order to how everything takes place. And I think that continues even after we're all born.
Yeah.
There's an order to it, isn't there? And I'm considering that order today because I am 5 10s and 8 1s, and it's my birthday, and I'm so glad that you're here with me. I've been watching some of these comments going by, and Cinnamon is here. Oh, hey, Cinnamon, talking about luck, y'all. It's really, I'm so glad you're here because I was gonna, yeah, I did, because we were talking about luck and how luck is more of a frame of mind when you're making right choices for yourself and you're in the flow of positive. And hey, Kaylee, thank you. It's been a great birthday so far today. It's good to be here with y'all. And anyways, what I was saying is I saw some messages going by here that said that you can contact me for a personal reading if you'd like, or Grimmer, and that is absolutely true. You are more than welcome to join us on every night at 9 p.m. We do what is called Pause for Peace. And it really is a time to just kind of unwind from your hectic day. Find some peace in your own self. Take some good deep breaths. Get yourself centered. And then begin emanating, peace, love, harmony, balance, communication, just the good vibes that we all desperately need right now in the world. Everybody needs to, it's almost like we're not speaking each other's language anymore. We need to communicate better. 9 p.m. we do that around the world. People join us doing this at 9 p.m. your time. So that basically means that there's always a 9 p.m. energy flow going, right? Because It just is around the
Flows with
world.
the time.
It flows with the time. So 9 p.m., pause for peace. That's something you do on your own. And then if you feel like it, it always helps us if you go into the purple door and find one of our pause for peace posts and share that you've participated. It means a difference to us. The other thing is on the 28th of the month, we are doing a Purple Door Witch Wave, which is a meditation that we do, and you're welcome to join us. That is more focused on healing. Sometimes we'll add a casting in there and do a little bit of spell work, but most of the time it is a meditation that you do like on your own, but with us. If you join us, make sure, it's always good to bring a candle. You know, can't ever fail with a candle and something to write with. Something to write on and something to write with. Something to light the candle with, unless you've got that cool skill that, you know, Sandra Bullock has in Practical Magic. But I don't know many of you that do. I know I don't have that one. I wish I did. And then also, because it is the month of Samhain, Grim and I haven't put the details out yet, but we will. There is every year we do a perpetual cauldron. We begin burning our cauldron early in the morning, and we tend it throughout the day. And then in the evening of Samhain, after all the trick-or-treaters have gone home, the cauldron is still burning, but we read off a list of names of those ancestors that we want to honor. As submitted by folks from our community, like you. So that might be something that you want to consider doing. This year, I think we're going to enter the names in are we going to enter them in our book or burn them? Or both?
Last year we did both, didn't we?
I think we might have.
I think we did.
Yeah, we change it up a little bit every year, but please feel free to join us about that. That's going to be fun. All right. Well, hello. I see Josh out there. Hello, Josh. I see Jason Lane. Hello. Those are some new names to me. It's so good to have you here. Tracy Moore. Hello. Nice to have you. And Kaylee Bradford. I said thank you for the birthday, but I don't know what you're saying yeah about, but I like it because it has exclamation points. So it must have been good. I hope that you all have a really remarkable and blessed evening, because, you know, we all deserve it right now. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of stuff coming at us, a lot of tension, a lot of dissension between ourselves and friends and family and neighbors and country. You know, the whole country is kind of poised for something. We can feel it. I know we can feel it. We're all empaths and we feel it deeply. It's not just something we can shrug off and pretend isn't there. Look the other way and just think happy thoughts and it all goes back to normal. That's not the way this works. Nope. But we need to make sure that we're taking good care of ourselves, making sure that we protect ourselves spiritually. When we go out into the world, we put on protective armor, spiritual condom, I used to say. I've graduated past that, but Grim still likes that one. Wear the spiritual condom. Put on your own protection as you go out, because the world is a crazy place right now, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. I think, you know, we're still in the process of bringing shadows to light. Not all the shadows are out yet. We're still working on this. So as we do so, make sure you're taking good care of yourself, physically, mentally, and spiritually, all three. Make sure that you are listening to your own intuition, making sure that you are following instructions from the old number one guide, right? Your own higher self, that divine connection to spirit that we all have. We all share it. It's not just me. It's not just Grim. It's all of us. We all share it. So it's you getting in touch with that. And if your life is busy and hectic and chaos, and that's okay too. You don't have to get it all done at one time. Nope. Nope. And there are those of us out there that are willing to help support you, at least spiritually, as much as we can. So if you need help, if you need something, reach out. You know, myself, Grim, any of our guild leaders are always here to help you. And if you'd like a reading, contact me, and we can go from there. We can talk to the ancestors. We can read tea leaves. We can look at tarot. We can look at your energy field. We can look at your own past lives. We can do all sorts of things. So if you're feeling the need to have that part of you fulfilled right now, please reach out. Don't struggle trying to figure it out on your own when there are people that are here to help you, right? Because I was there struggling on my own, and I didn't always have someone to reach out to. So, well, I did. I got lucky, but I mean, no, I didn't. I mean, sometimes it was.
Yeah, trudge through sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, and some of my elders don't have completely the same kind of beliefs that I do. So, I've been, kind of forging my own path along the way. But if you're here and you're feeling like you need something more, please don't, try to go through it alone. If you would like to book a reading, I'm available. All right. I think that's about it. So, hey, happy birthday to me, and also In the Pines for whoever needed that song today. Little gift for you. Oh, and Deb says that song is a lot, so I will get some things together and post it on the Purple Door for you.
Music Guild.
Yeah, put it in the Music Guild, Deb. That would be great. Purple Door Musician Guild. And Purple Door too, but the Musician Guild is a great place to do that. Am I forgetting anything, my love?
I don't think you are. You got a lot of hearts today.
I did get a lot of hearts. Thank you all for doing that. I love joining you here, and I'm glad to be here, and I'm looking forward to Wednesday at 4:20ish Tarot. Today I just read that Samhain Oracle card, but it was a good one too, wasn't it? Metamorphosis, y'all. Take good care of yourself. Stay magical. And then I got to remember to turn off all these little things. Stay magical. So I say it like 3 more times. Stay magical.
Hearts.
Stay magical.